So I wanted to start off by explaining to you guys what UI was and why it matters. User interface is the way a user interacts with a product. Now that product can be a website, it can be a mobile application, or it can be food. But now why does that even matter? Well, let's take food for example. Everybody needs food. Everyone needs to eat, survive. It's the nourishment for their body. Now you can eat or you can feast. Now, look at this steak. Delicious, right? I can smell it. I can hear it sizzling. I can imagine myself cutting into it. Now you can have that, or you can have this. That's the same steak, the rice, eggs, lettuce, just swirled up into some chunky steak smoothie. They both serve the same purpose. They give you nourishment and they do their job right. But sometimes it's about more than just doing the job and pleasing the user, having them have a good experience that makes them want to come back. That's what user interface is. So my name is Christian Londoño, and I wanted to talk to you about how during the summer I was tasked with increasing the user retention rate for our application by better making the navigation UI of the application. So Skills is based on a mobile gaming platform. We thrive on having users want to use our product and wanting to play with multiple people all around the world and wager money. Now if you want someone to risk losing money, you better have a damn good experience doing it, right? Right. So we tried to do some statistics and we looked into how good we were at getting first-time users versus how good we were at keeping these users. And while we did a good job at bringing people in and showing them our application for the first time, we had a really steep drop-off on how many people actually came back and wanted to experience this again. So we brainstormed, thought about some ideas about what we could increase, and we thought that we could make the navigation UI better. We could make it so that a user would feel comfortable, they would want to come back, and they would want to play more games and ultimately make us more money. So 3 of the design principles that I wanted to focus on were learnability. We wanted it to be something that someone could learn easily. People don't read how-to manuals, they don't do the user manuals, and they hate tutorials. So we wanted it to be intuitive so that they could use it, pick it up on their own, and do it quickly. We also wanted it to be efficient. If someone wanted to deposit more money, they could do it easily. If someone wanted to withdraw their money, it's an easy task. And if you wanted to change your profile picture, 1 click away. Another thing we wanted to focus on was consistency. And this ties in with learnability. We wanted our application to be consistent with other apps out there in the Google Play market. The best way we thought about doing this was to use Google's Action Bar and Google's Navigation Drawer. If you have an Android device, you've used the Action Bar, you see it on the YouTube, you see it on Gmail, you see it everywhere. And because you've seen it, it's familiar to you. You feel at home, and it's not a difficult process to pick up. So we decided we were going to go with this. But some of the problems we had with implementing it was the original Google API wasn't backwards compatible. It only serviced the last few months of software updates, which meant we were cutting off all of the users we had previously just because they didn't have the newest phones. And if our goal was to retain users, then cutting off a user supply just wasn't going to cut it. We thought about open source solutions. There are things like Action Bar Sherlock, things that do the same thing that we wanted, but it would be backwards compatible. But the problem was the application size. See, this would make the application so large that users would have to download the application through Wi-Fi. And again, we wanted to make it more easily readable or easily usable by users. And if we put a barrier between a user downloading an application and using it, you're going to lose users anyways. So that's the exact opposite of our goal. So we ended up doing it on our own. We built our own action bar, and while it was less robust, it still served the same purpose. You have the same icon, the title of the page you're on, you have buttons that you can use to interact with, and you have the navigation drawer that slides in and out. The third problem that we ran into was the layout scheme. See, we had already built the application, so we already had the pages, we had the play against people page, withdraw, things like that, but we had to go in and put these on top of the navigation, which we had just made. So it was an easy enough problem in extracting the way we did the layout, and so each of the existing pages would just get plugged into the new navigation screen. So we went back and did some more studies, and we found that this actually did make a difference. Users were using our application more, users felt more at home, and they liked the feel and the flow of the game. Any other? Yeah. Yeah.